survival mode at the moment, just waiting for the bell to finish this round. Can't really muster anything.
Everything they worked on in that Phoenix gym, or a lot of it anyway, has paid off. He's had to come through some bad moments, but they knew that too. One round left. One round left. Hatton's landed more punches. Jim, how are you scoring this fight now with 3 minutes to go?
I have Hatton back in front again. I had him in front after the first 2 rounds. Then for me, the quality of the champion's punches got him in front, but I have Hatton 1 point up. But I wouldn't be surprised if the judges have been impressed with Hatton's aggression and they have it further. There's my scorecard there. 105, 104. All he needs is one more good round and he's done the unbelievable. That was just the slipping of the canvas, but quite rightly, Ricky took full advantage of that. I think they've retired him. There's something going on in the corner.
Let's have a look here. Dave Ferris is talking. Tszyu's got it, it's over! The dream is made real! Ricky Hatton rocks the world with a truly stunning win over a modern legend. He is the champion of the world. The hitman really has arrived in the big time. What a performance, what a night here in Manchester. They are in tears in that corner. Tszyu retired on his stool.
In all the predictions of all the experts before the fight, who would have said Ricky Hatton would force Kostya Tszyu to quit on his stool? Unbelievable, there's the family. Look at the family, we can only imagine how they feel. Look at Ricky. Fantastic performance from first bell until it was over.
Absolute bedlam around this arena. The family celebrate. What a moment for Ricky Hatton. Derided by a lot of critics in America, he's stuffed the words right down their throat tonight.
No one in America gave Ricky the slightest chance. They were looking upon him as a 2-round job. They were saying Ricky Hatton's style was made for Kostya Tszyu. I have to be honest, Ian, I thought myself that his style would suit Tszyu, but his passion, his commitment, and just what he was prepared to give of himself, Tszyu could never match that. Unbelievable.
Destiny calling for Ricky Hatton. He's worked so long for this. Oh, what joy, what joy. They said he was a protected fighter, some people. Now this is the moment when Hatton realised his lifetime dream. With 3 minutes to go in the fight, Hatton, I can tell you, was ahead on all 3 cards anyway at the time. They pulled Tszyu out, over.
Tszyu had absolutely nothing left. When we say champions should go out in their shield, but you can't blame the man. His reputation is sound forever. Wonderful champion. Sad to see him out, but we are delighted for Ricky Hatton.
I wonder whether that might be curtains for Kostya Tszyu after a wonderful career, and he's been a fantastic service. But this is Hatton's night, and I tell you what, multi-million-dollar paydays will open up for him after this in America. Everyone will want to fight him. He's such fantastic value in the ring. He's such a dramatic, exciting fighter. They'll be queuing up for him.
The Americans love his style, and he has just become public enemy #1 because everyone will want to share the ring with Ricky to make the big bucks. And thankfully, he's in a wonderful division. Look at a man beaten.
He just walked into Hurricane Hatton tonight. That's what happened. The sheer fire, desire, intensity of Hatton. He would not be denied. And he fully deserved it. I had him in a pretty handy lead of about 3 points going into that last round. I know Jim had it a little bit closer than that. But Hatton, a deserving winner, a wonderful winner. And this is a night for British boxing to go with the great ones like Barry McGuigan's win over Eusebio Pedrosa, even Randolph Turpin's legendary win over Sugar Ray Robinson.
I think it will eclipse some of those. I think this performance will eclipse some of those.
And don't forget as well, Lloyd Hannigan beating Don Curry. It's alongside those.
This is the second he realises he was champion of the world. He had beaten the best of the best.
You've done it. Look at Billy Graham. Great credit to him as well. What a job he's done with Ricky Hatton. This is a night that they will never forget in Manchester, or indeed the rest of Britain.
No, this is a fantastic performance. I mean, keeping in mind, very few people gave him a chance, as we were saying. The Americans thought it was a two-round job. Boy, will they be eating humble pie, but the phone lines will be hot within the next few days.
The very dignified Tszyu bows to the crowd. Hatton takes the salutes, but the baton has been well and truly passed on tonight.
Yep, and Ricky, I think, can name his price and name his opponent. He is one of the hottest fighters on the planet at the moment.
Jim, nice guys do finish first sometimes, yes?
There you go, and it's nice when it happens. He said he would do it, okay, very few people believed him, but a wonderful performance from start to finish. He took everything that a superb champion had to offer, walked through it, and come back with something that little bit better. Sometimes it was untidy. I used the word frantic a couple of times, but he was always doing what he wanted to do, make the 35-year-old champ work for every second of the fight. Wonderful performance.
I don't think he can quite take it all in. There's only one Ricky Hatton. I tell you what, Kostya Tszyu glad about that.
Well, I think a couple of times Kostya Tszyu was thinking we surrounded with maybe 2 or 3 Ricky Hattons.
He was sensational tonight. Yeah, he made a few technical mistakes early on. He was diving in a bit too much, but basically they got it right, didn't they?
Yep, the plan was to make this fella work every second because the 35-year-old legs, and that's what he did. Nothing that Tszyu did discouraged Ricky. He took his best, and believe me, Ian, he got caught with the best punches that Tszyu could offer, and he took them and walked through them, never deterred for a second.
Might be the end for Kostya Tszyu. They'll discuss that soon. Floyd Mayweather fights Arturo Gatti in a mega fight in this division in the United States, and it doesn't take the greatest imagination for somebody to come up with the idea of the two winners meeting each other, though they are with rival TV companies, which might be a bit of a factor on the American front. Hatton has done it. Say it and believe it. He's the champion of the world against all the odds. He's confounded them all. It's Ricky Hatton's great night here in Manchester.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 11. Our referee in charge, Dave Paris, stops the contest upon suggestion of the corner. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and now the new IBF light welterweight champion of the world, Ricky the Hitman Hatton.
Well, the first Hitman is moving towards getting as famous as the second, the original one, Tommy Hearns. And the celebrations begin. And they're playing his tune again. He looks like he's fresh enough to do it again, Hatton.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll bother asking him. I mean, in wonderful condition. We've seen him box at that pace before, but never in such a competitive fight.
Hatton's going to speak to the audience here.
Manchester! I always said I'd be #1, and you know what? You, me loyal fans, deserve it as much as me. We did it together tonight. And I tell you what, there's only one word I can use for your support tonight, and that was legendary. God bless you all. I mean it.
A memorable night here
and I think you'll agree,
in Manchester.
If I can be half the champion Kostya Tszyu was, and I've been doing well, so give Kostya a great champion, a round of applause, please, for me.
Well said indeed, and Tszyu appreciates that. He has been a fantastic fighter, Kostya Tszyu.
Can you be quiet for a little while? At least for the end of the fight. Thank you. You know, I'm a proud man. I am very, very proud man. And I'm not saying that it's the end of my career. Maybe yes, maybe no. But I'm saying that today I lost to the better fighter. And it's not shame for me to say this. Honestly. Because, you know, I'm a very strategical fighter. I'm playing lots of things. I'm playing lots of things for this fight, but today Ricky was better than me in everywhere. And I'm doing this boxing for 27 years. As I said, I'm very proud. Ricky, God bless you. And as I said to you before, any help from me, always welcome, mate.
Isn't that fantastic? Between those two fighters after a fight like that. What a great night for the sport.
I tell you
of
what,
boxing
I'm just about to say, I hope the boxing knockers are listening to this. This is what true sportsmanship is all about. Fighters who can pummel each other for 11 rounds non-stop, then cuddle and exchange compliments. Wonderful, wonderful night for boxing.
It's a wonderful night for the sport, a sport that some have sought to marginalise in recent times. I think this is a bit of a revival night for British boxing, and it's led by Ricky Hatton, whose sheer excitement as a fighter and force of personality has lifted him to stardom even in this difficult era for any fighter.
Yeah, but as they say, the old cliche, it could not happen to a nicer bloke, and that is the case. Ricky will not change one bit. With this one performance, he's become a superstar. All the doubters will be eating their words. And as I say, public enemy number one, name your prize, name your opponent.
And he's talking now, the new champion of the world, Ricky the Hitman Hatton, with Adam Smith.
After almost 8 professional years and 39 fights, you are the world light welterweight champion, having beaten one of the best fighters of modern times. Can you possibly put this into words?
No, I really can't, because you know me and Kostya are two champions that don't do a lot of talking, a lot of bad mouthing. You know, we acted like two champions tonight, outside and inside the ring, and to beat somebody like Kostya Tszyu is like winning. You know, that's the end of the rainbow stuff for me. Winning a world title is something, but to beat someone like Kostya Tszyu is absolutely fantastic. And I'm not one who normally shouts my mouth off, but I did say from day one I could do it, and I've done it, and I've done it with the help of all these fans, with all the doubters. I've done it. I said I'd do it, I've done it. Billy said we'd do it, Frank said we'd do it, and we've done it. And I thank the fans, not just in Manchester, all over the country for the support.
Most of the critics thought that Kostya Tszyu would blow you away. What got you through the first few rounds of the fight, Ricky?
Balls of steel, I think, is the word. You know, I knew I was going to take a few shots, but as you could see in the first few rounds, I didn't mind even if he won the first 4 rounds or so. I just wanted to stay close, sit on top of him, try and drain his strength, take the speed from him, and then try and go through the gears as I could. And I think that's what I did. Obviously, I had to take some haymakers, but please, God, don't tell me I shouldn't have done it. You know, you're supposed to take shots from Kostya Tszyu, you know what I mean? He's one hell of a champion, and really, my style is made for his in many ways, but I showed me class, I showed me smartness. I did get picked off and caught sometimes, but ain't someone like that going to do that?
From when you first met Kostya Tszyu about 3.5 years ago, you always believed you had the style to give him trouble, to come on late. But how did you put that in reality, Ricky?
Well, I knew I just had to get through the first 4 or 5 rounds, be nice and smart, and take as little punishment as possible, and try and come on in the latter part of the fight. And I think that's what I did. I think what I did basically, I found a way to win. I did it with, you know, not necessarily boxing ability, but the boxing brain between my ears. I was clever and smart, smothered his work, you know, drained him of his strength, and then started coming on. I'll have to watch it on the tape, but I think the last 5 rounds I went like a Trojan, you know, and just he couldn't keep me off, you know.
it looked like nothing would stop you from winning tonight. You had 22,000 fans cheering you on. How much did they help you, Ricky?
You know what? 22,000, I tell you what, it felt like 42,000 in here tonight. It was absolutely electric. And you know, I've been lined up with big opponents in the last 12 months, and unfortunately they've not come off, and as disappointing it's been for me, I'm sure it's been disappointing for the fans as well, but they've still turned out in the droves, in the thousands, every single time, and this is mine and their reward tonight, I think.
It's been a dream of yours since you were a kid. Now you are the best light welterweight in the world, and you've beaten Kostya Tszyu, who is one of the best in history, and the respect from Kostya Tszyu at the end was quite phenomenal. I think that's a credit to the sport, isn't it, as well, Ricky?
Unbelievable, and Kostya come up to me after, he said, you were the better man, you deserve to win. He said, and if you ever need any help and advice in your career, he said, I'll give you my phone number and I'll always be there for you. And I tell you what, that's not a champion, that's a champion and a half.
Ricky Hatton, you fulfilled your dream. You've given us one of the best British boxing years, maybe in 20, 30 years. What do you do now? Is it off to the pub tomorrow for your bad shirt day?
Well, for the last couple of weeks, I've been away from the two closest friends in the world, Mr. Guinness and Mr. Dom Perrier, so we're going to have a couple of hours with him tonight, and then we'll sit down with Frank and Billy and discuss where we go from here. Don't forget, I've only just reached my peak. I've become a champion now. Now I want to try and become a great champion. You know, I want to try and be an even better champion.
There's tears of joy around ringside. I've got to say, it couldn't have happened to a nicer fella. Well done, Ricky.
The celebrations are only getting started. His town, his time, the night of his life, the performance of his life. It was McGuigan 2 decades ago, Bruno 10 years ago, and now Hatton in a night we will remember forever. Stay with us for all the reaction here in Manchester.